Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our broadcast tonight. This is EVLTV. I am your host, eXtine. I am joined by Mario, and we got a fantastic match for you. Week 5 of UGC Platinum Highlander 92 Dream Team versus Silver Savages. How are you doing, Mario?
Yeah, I'm doing awesome, eXtine. That was one of the greatest yows I've ever heard you say. That was awesome. It's a pleasure to be here tonight with you, man.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm feeling fresh. I'm ready to cast some UGC. It's been a bit, EVLTV, and all these wonderful people have been holding it down. And you know what? I'm glad that I got the call today. I said, "Oh my God, somebody couldn't be here." And eXtine, step on the mic, and here we are. Plus, it's Steel. I love Steel. Steel's a lot of fun. We're gonna have stopwatch action. We're gonna have 5 different CP points, maybe captured out of order. I don't know. It could get crazy. What's your favorite thing about Steel, Mario?
Oh man, I love all the 5 of the caps. I think my favorite thing about Steel is probably ADE. You got this level 3 strats going on. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that flank pressure. It really tests a team's ability to coordinate. And, well, that's what's going to be needing to happen. The winning team's going to have to put a plan together, a strategy, and capture that point quicker than the other team. And we got 2 excellent teams here that have quite a lot of experience in Highlander and TF2. 92 Dream Team and Silver Savages. Let's run down the roster for 92 Dream Team. The Scouts and Soldier actually switching from what we were initially told. So it is going to end up being Trippa on Scout, Slemness on Soldier, Jek J on Pyro, Vanilla Love the Heavy, ODB on Demo, Sam on Medic, Little Death the Engineer, Space Ghost Coffee on Sniper, and Scruff McGruff on Spy. They'll be up against Silver Savages, who are Godwash on Scout, Jackster on Soldier, Lazy the Pyro, Invader on Demo Man, Trellin the Heavy Weapons Guy, Angry Officer on NG, Skis on Medic, Pharaoh Effer on Sniper, and Rolls Royce on Spy. Now, Mario, what's your take on these 2 rosters? Who do you feel has the edge in talent here?
Well, based off Silver Savages last week's game when they when they defeated DK, I'm going to have to go with the Silver Savage roster right now. Although the 92 squad does have a lot of big names. You got Space Ghost Coffee in there. You got the Slim Nasty, so he's been carrying a pretty good invite right now over on that EVL team. But I'm probably going to have to give this one over to the Silver Savages. They have the much more aggressive combo with that Invader, probably shooting some stickies. But real quick, before we start, don't forget, guys, down at the bottom of the EVL, in the description, you can buy a t-shirt to support EVL and their casters. You can pick up a one of those awesome flatline shirts. My personal favorite, the Dashner shirt. The Deer shirt with the purple-orange. And at the very bottom, you got the Atlas shirt. So make sure you guys check those out. They're really awesome. They help support EVL and the casters that they represent. Just had to get that out of the way before we start, because I think somebody said we were starting soon.
Yep. Word on the street from our producer, man, JeeringSole, running camera today, is that we should be getting a start pretty soon. I do love those t-shirts. I was torn between the Atlas and the Deer one. I think also Dashner, though, because I don't know, all of them were looking pretty sweet. And as you mentioned, supporting the casters who are putting the effort, showing up, and casting fantastic UGC action. So that's what I'm excited about here tonight. Platinum, the highest level of skill. And Steel, fantastic map that really highlights a lot of the wonderful classes of Highlander. And I think really that can be a key, to this matchup. Whether the engineer succeeds, whether the sniper succeeds, the spy succeeds, the heavy weapons guy, who's really going to be creating the openings and creating the offense for their team as they move forward here.
Yeah, like you were saying, the map Steel itself generally separates the good Highlander teams from the best Highlander teams. It's one of it requires the most coordination of any map, probably in the whole map pool. And it's one of my personal favorites. I used to hate it at first, back in when I was playing in low divs, but when you get up to the higher divs and people really learn how to play the map, it becomes a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. My last couple teams I've been on, differing scrims, or levels of enjoyment, and it's not really my favorite map to pug on. But yeah, as you said, once you get that coordination and you really have a team that's clicking well and is utilizing the pressure on the flanks and those different connectors, you can get some really interesting plays, and it ends up just being a very nice mix of control points and stopwatch, since it doesn't have a cart as the focus. It's not a payload. It's also not gravel pit, which never really played as well as it could, I guess. But I mean, I'm a weird dude. I would love to see a gravel pit cup for both Sixes and Highlander, but it's
Please
not
never
in map
gravel
rotations.
pit ever again.
So old school. So old
I've
school.
had the joy of playing gravel pit. As an engineer main, I played a Sixes game on a gravel pit, and they made me play engineer, and it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, for a little bit there, they were doing double engineer strats on Sixes gravel pit. Yeah, it's awesome.
That was some weird stuff, man. But it looks like we are starting here. We got both medics running medigun, and 45 seconds till we're ready to go.
Yeah, we shouldn't see any crazy strats right out of the gate, unlike the gravel pit, which we just referred to. Gravel pit, sometimes you get the defensive hold on A, something crazy. This map, you'll only see the lightest of pressure to hold A, and it looks actually be extremely light, really only some demo man sticks and a cloak and dagger spy, Scruff McGruff, hanging out, and they'll just post up on B.
Yeah, 92 started on the defense here. It looks like a pretty standard hold. They do have their center gun a little bit more forward than usual, which is what I really like to see. Spam them out of that choke point and don't let them anywhere for free. I don't actually see anybody over on A, so it looks like they're just going to give it up completely for free. Actually, I stand corrected. They do have a small resistance there with their demo man.
Yeah, they kind of rotated back. Those players were over on A side earlier. They do get a kill on Angry Officer. No, that was just Dead Ringer, actually.
Yeah, Silver Savages, they're bringing out a lot more than they need to cap this A point. They have a sniper over here who I don't really agree with. I think he should be trying to make picks on B. But yeah, 92 is going to easily give away this A point completely for free. And we're going to see the Silver Savages rotate their combo through the main and see what they can get done at B.
Yeah, getting those whips down there, getting people in place for their first push in here. Obviously going to be expected, though. The Demo Man for 92 is already backed up a little bit, but Pharaoh Effort sniped down, so Red has the defensive snipe advantage right now. The sentry gun is pulled back a little bit, though, and Uber's popped.
Yeah, both teams are going to exchange Uber. Little Death did a really good job there, picking up his sentry and bringing it back to keep it alive, but it is going to get sapped by Rolls Royce. Silver Savages trying to do what they can with their... looks like they have a conch popped. I'm not quite sure which backpack he's running, but he does have a backpack run. And Silver Savage is trying to pressure their way out through to C right now.
He's actually using a battalion's backup, if I recognize that backpack correctly.
Thought that was what it was. I couldn't quite tell. I saw the buff, though.
Yeah, so that helps them absorb damage as they push in. Great of him to have that ready to go to be pushed into B. And they took that pretty comfortably. Didn't really take them all that long. Didn't really get slowed down. But nonetheless, 92 Dream Team did do a good job of maintaining their numbers and pulling their engineer back to get set up on C.
Yeah, that level 3 on C is pretty devastating. Although they are holding a little far back than I would like to hope. Most higher-end Plat teams will hold in this Wishbone AE connector, but it looks like Silver Savage is trying to get ready to go. Both teams do have 100% Uber. Silver Savage is going to pop solo onto their Demo Man going into C right now, and 92 Dream Team is going to retaliate with a much, much better Uber. Hopefully they'll be able to clean up these frags and defend this point.
Yeah, Blue Demo Man getting some pretty nice sticky damage in towards the red combo, kind of forcing them back a little bit. The blue heavy weapons guy also rotating from the ground level, then hopping up on top of that fence, shuts down the bombing soldier. Slim Nasty taken down. The Demo Man for... Oh, and the red medic Sam, what are you doing? That was kind of an odd rotation. He wanted to jump down and rotate under to get over the point, but just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, he got cut up by a tree line right there, so good positioning, good eyes from him. I'm not quite sure what Sam was trying to do, but yeah, it did look like he was trying to run away, but he is dead right now, unfortunately. Silver Savages has about a 90% Uber, so we're going to see them run through the death hallway here, which nobody likes to go through. Hopefully they don't get forced, and this should be a free decap for them. which is going to destroy the 92 Dream Team respawns. This does shut down the main door, but Sled Nasty doing a little bit of work on the flank, trying to clean up some kills. 92 is going to pop into D, and Lazy Rolls Royce are going to go down. Invader picking up some nice frags on the flank as well.
Also, meanwhile, Angry Officer on the point with that short circuit. He was getting rid of some pipes and some flares, and nobody's been able to dislodge them. It looks like Silver Savages are going to get completely set up here. ×3 on the cart, just, yeah, nobody for Red Team. They're going to finish this capture in a fantastic time for them on offense to start things off.
Wow. 331, a 331 cap. That's one of the fastest caps I have ever personally seen. That's absurd.
Yeah, and they were trucking. They didn't need D whatsoever. It almost felt like they didn't need C, although they obviously accomplished quite a lot from grabbing it and getting the pressure, the kills, the Uber charge rotating in. Just extremely well pulled off, and tough defense for 92.
Textbook offense right there. I mean, you can't do anything better. Although I am a big fan of capping D. I don't think they capped it all the way. They attempted to, but they just gave up and went straight for E. They met little to no resistance at all. But we are going to swap sides right here. What do we got going on? We have Engineer set up on B. Sentry Gun is a little bit back, more in the normal position, back up on that little platform. Got a little pyro next to him. I don't see as many people defending B right now as the other team had the last round. They do have a lot more people sitting over at A, so maybe they're going for an Iron Man right here, as Sofer say.
Yeah, as Pure would call it in regards to Gravel Pit. I mean, at this point, you might as well. If it's a situation where you really have a large advantage, if you slow them down on A, it just makes everything else so much harder. But they're not really going to give it a serious try. It looks like they're going to rotate back. And nobody really, realistically can hold A or really tries an Iron Man in the same style that you can in Gravel Pit. So that'll get taken care of, and it looks like they will rotate. And certainly for 92 Dream Team, that Sentry Gun going down a little bit earlier was maybe one of the issues. But now the Silver Savages Engineer has decided to move his gun up in a similar way. And I think that's because they've realized that 92 is going to be rotating through A side. Just going for E.
They're going in AE. Yeah, I mean, they don't have much time. It's unless they get an absurdly good amount of trades, they might not be able to go all the way through. So it looks like they are. 92 is trying to go for an AE. They're just chilling out in this lobby right now. Not much really happening. Just exchanging a little bit of spam. Rolls Royce goes down to a pick from Jack. And they're trying to rotate over through D. I'm not really quite sure what they're doing, but do they have a level 3? I don't see their engineer anywhere.
I don't see a gun up for him. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Is my feeling on it already. I mean, obviously they were put in a pretty disastrous situation with the 310 offense on the first set, but AE pushes generally work. I mean, due to surprise, in the kind of dual pressure that you can get the back and forth, and then you kind of establish yourself in a way that can't be dislodged before they realize it. But it's very clear what 92 is doing. They're going for E, and Silver Savages should be able to get set up. They've rotated this gun over. The Spy does have a sapper on it. If he can get it down, this would be pretty crucial, but he gets flamed down. So it's only 2 players up for Blue, a minute 30 on the clock, no time whatsoever on B, and completely shut out of the AE connector. And they're going vaccinated.
Yeah, Sam actually got backstabbed there by Rolls Royce right in the middle of that exchange, right after the Uber ended. So we are going to have Silver Savage's skis is alive right now with 100% Uber to be able to defend this E point. And with only a minute left, they're going to need an absolute miracle to be able to cap this.
Yeah, they could just Uber Invader into him right now, but they're going to take their time a little bit. They definitely don't need to, so.
No, and Angry Officer does have a level 3 setup, watching that AE connector, wrangling to his heart's content. And on the vaccinator, they're not going to be able to go through and switch resistances that fast. So I'm going to say that this is easily a Silver Savages round, even with 45 seconds left.
I would have preferred as well to actually try my B push instead of going for something desperate like this. Because, on the bright side of life, 92 will get offense next, and they won't have that elephant in the room of a 3-minute capture. That they have to face. So they'll be able to be a little bit more free next round, but I think they should have just taken the stab at going the regular route. At least get B. It makes a big difference, I feel, having that dual pressure.
Yeah, Pharaoh after throwing out a little bit of BM over there in the courtyard with the saxophone taunt. Thought that was pretty funny, but that was an absolute slaughter. So that first round's going to go to Silver Savages hands down. They completely dominated that.
Yeah, very quick first set there. And, I mean, stopwatch and go any way. We can see a completely different 92 Dream Team out of this. And we can see a completely different offense out of Silver Savages as well once, you know, they've kind of warmed up a little bit. I was going to say, you know, when the first offensive push was happening, that it could be kind of difficult sometimes having that pressure of just like showing up into a game and having to push, you know, stopwatch right away. And you really want that first set to be successful. And that's why they kind of were taking their time at least just a little bit in setting things up, because you don't want to screw things up. You don't want things to drag on. You don't want to get frustrated. And they just went through it check by check, you know, with my team that I play on right now, the Portland Burnsiders. You know, I talk a little bit about like visualizing, you know, and it's kind of cheesy sports psychology stuff, but I mean, really, esports, you know, visualize how you're going to succeed. And honestly, they couldn't have really visualized a better offensive set, right?
No way. That was just an insane cap time.
Yeah.
The only way you can beat that is, like you said, a surprise A to E, but I think that Silver Savages saw that coming and they were completely prepared for it. That's probably why it didn't work in any way.
Yeah, they rotated really quick, and it's just so tough. I mean, this map is built so that's difficult, you know? Like, you have to capture A, obviously, you know, just as this map goes. And after you capture A, it just would not work well as a map if you could just really easily capture E. It's very difficult, and even more difficult if the enemy team knows you're coming. So, unfortunately, a tough initial defense, and then they, you know, had to match that insane offense. And I think that defense as well, you know, did really come down to that. At least a big part of it was that rotation from Sam and that whole engagement at C, because I felt that even though B could have gone better, I felt like they backed out of it pretty well. I don't know what your take on the whole B engagement and post B engagement was like.
Oh yeah, when they backed up, they did get their engineer out alive, which is definitely a humongous plus. Although they were holding a little bit far back, actually at the E point. Most teams usually do hold in the BC connector. There are some good sniper sight lines. You can get some nice little picks in there, and it's just a great spam spot. You have your soldier on the flank, and you got a demo man on the heavy right there. It's super hard to push, and one of the only ways to get through is to go under, which is just a death trap of more spam, and to go around through D, which really isn't economical.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened. I think that they were set up more, you know, on the backside of C, more on the CD connection side. They got totally destroyed by the demo man and the combo pushing in. Invader doing great work. And then, you know, I've made some bad medic plays lately. So, you know, to get into the mindset of Sam, you know, I think what was, you know, he was thinking of what the pressure was like to run around from C all the way back through D back to the point is really tough. It takes a long time. And I think also that defense, you know, as you're saying, if you're in that BC connector, you can rotate in towards E really quickly. If you're on that backside of CD, you're really separated from people that are at E, like their engineer, and I think their sniper was there. And so he wanted to rotate to the rest of the team, that instinct to take the quick route. He got punished for it. And then also, I think since they were split up there, while C was getting captured, they were getting destroyed at E. The whole flank got set up, and then they just couldn't dislodge him whatsoever with Sam just dying. So we got to see how they do on offense now. They got a fresh slate, and hopefully they can do it up again.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting the same from last time. We got the B setup going on. I got Angry Officer building his sentry gun kind of in the back, but they had it before. I wonder if he's going to pull it up again. But we are going to see 92 push out their combo onto A, kept it as fast as they can. Their medic's not coming out. It looks like he's staying in spawn, which is good. And Pharaoh Offer is actually still on the Huntsman, so A little bit of that BM again. We got Slim Nasty picking him off right now because he overextended a little bit.
He did get Goober, which, you know, is nice, but it's also just kind of a technicality with how close these points are in the spawns. I mean, almost more helpful for Goober to die and respawn than to stay alive. I like the positioning here of the red heavy tucked into this shack, just ready to drop an ambush out once people come upstairs. Pokes his gun out a little bit early, so we'll see if they discover him from the spin-up noise. But red definitely pretty far forward with this B hold at the moment.
Yeah, Seems like the only thing that heavy's going to pick is probably maybe like a soldier or something from the flank.
Sniper.
But, yeah, maybe. But we are going to have the 92 Dream Team Uber come off, and Silver Savages retaliates with theirs as well. So we're going to see some exchanges. It looks like Silver Savages has much better Uber. The Hogmate goes down, Little Death goes down. So we do have some trades going off from the 92 going over to the defensive side. So we got Godwash and Jackster going down. Not too significant picks, that's just the flank. So we're going to see 92 probably reset. They do have a very, very slight Uber advantage. Actually, they don't anymore. It's about 50% on both sides on regular minigun.
And sorry to interrupt, but 92 switching over to east side. The spy catches him. He's the first player to spot him, I believe, and this is a full team rotation. So this is where these sort of plays can work. But the difficulty of this as well is, like, if this ends up getting shut down, then it just pushes back their capture of B by so long. So we'll see. They have to get set up really well here, really have to pull this off, and then maybe they could turn this into a winning set if they actually just take this capture. Part of the issue is there's only so many players that can get on the point right now, and if those goes down, who else are you going to send? So the scout's on there right now. He's got it about halfway through. Uber pot from blue team, so they're going to try to push red back here. Uber pot from red team. And nobody capturing the point for blue, so it's going to start draining. And that's the thing, is you need to get somebody up there, but who can?
Yeah, normally you send your sniper around over there, but it doesn't look like he got into position enough. But Skis is going to go down to a pick from the 92 spy, Scruff McGruff. So we're going to see...
Oh! Yeah, here's the issue. Sam ends up committing suicide by the kill bind. And, you know... You start a push, and part of the thing is just like what happens once your push fails. It's like you just have to throw the whole thing in the dumpster. And now they've essentially given Silver Savages like a free minute the next half of this set. It's pretty tough. The medic and soldier for 92 just ended up still being on E side. They got caught out and killed, but then again, maybe off this rotation they'll be able to clear up B and get some progress and keep things rolling here. So. I mean, that is what you want to have accomplished from those E-holds, is that at least you stretch the defending team apart and then are able to get in and clear out B.
Yeah, 92 took a quick rotate after that failed E-push over to B, and Slim Nasty gets a nice pick onto Skis, so he went down over there, and 92 does have about a 60%. Goober doesn't get dropped on this Uber. Oh, they didn't quite have it. They were at 95. So we have Sam and 92 and company trying to overtake the C point, but they are dropping a lot of numbers, which isn't good for them. They really need to use this Uber, and they are actually cleaning up some frags over at this C site. So Silver Savage is backing up into spawn. There are about 70 Ubers, so you may or may not see them pop out and try to defend the C point, although I don't think they're going to get it in time.
Yeah, not for C, but certainly they'll be in a good position for holding D. That Uber will finish up pretty soon here, and any Uber charge from blue will be able to be dealt with. Red Spy has excellent positioning, sees the blue rotation to the BE connector.
Also known as Death Hallway. For a reason. I mean, every time you go in there you die, but we do have the Silver Savages set up on E. They have a level 3 up in the upper window, and it looks like 92 is trying to set up a level 3 over there as well. I'm not quite sure where they're trying to go. They look like they want to go around from C over to D, but I don't think they're going to be able to get through that Death Hallway, so I think they might have better luck either rotating all the way around to try to cap D, or just cap E itself. But we do have Skriffenberg given the Angry Officer a little bit of an angry time right here trying to stop the sentry with a knife bomb from Slemnish, getting that engineer pick. That's going to open up this entire E point for his team, so great job by him. And we are going to have the 92 combo try to take that upper area with their Uber right now.
Yeah, their positioning is kind of weird. They had decent numbers, but they're definitely kind of spread out. And Silver Savage has got a demo man kind of behind, more on the A side. with this heavy weapons guy, it's getting some good crossfire in towards the point and the blue team. Just Pyro on the point right now. As soon as this heavy rounds the corner, should be able to push him off pretty easily. LeVar Burton does back up and rotates towards C side. And the blue medic, heavy, and demo are very nicely entrenched. Pop the Uber charge. Sam must have gotten scared there. Was at 50 health, but really no other reason to pop it. Oh, also, yeah, maybe sniper and running across the hallway, but right now, Red coming in with their own Uber charge, clearing things up. Little Death thrown into the pit.
Scruff McGruff getting a nice pick on the skis right there. So we're going to see, as long as Sam lives, but Sam actually goes down to Lazy from a scorch shot. So goodbye, Sam. You won't be getting another Uber anytime soon until you respawn. So that's extremely unfortunate for 92. Although they do have a huge amount of numbers right now. Silver Savages is only 3 up, but it looks like they are also going to get their respawns, and they're going to come out and defend this E point as best as they can.
Yeah, this might take a little bit of time. They might try to get D just to kind of get that help with, the map and how the map changes. Get those railings on the walkways. Lazy was doing a good job of air blasting people out. D definitely helps out, but I mean, they got to get there. They got to make some progress one way or the other.
Yeah, 92 looks like they're trying to commit to this this push over to D from A. They are getting completely shut out, though, from this heavy and the demo spam. We have Skis. He almost has Uber. In fact, both teams are at 90%, so we're probably going to see an Uber exchange over in this AD connector. Not quite sure what's going to happen, but I really, really hope some interesting stuff happens over in this connector.
Yeah, for sure. That is a battleground right now, and they're trying to push the demo man through there. They have an Uber charge, so they're going to use it now. Uber on the red team as well. Neither team really switching around a whole lot. Blue does have to back off, and we're just going to get a cycling here. Slim Nasty goes down. Goober goes down, so a few big frags here as Trelan getting a nice rotation. Invader getting kills as well. And 92 Dream Team gets stuffed.
Yeah, Invader just picked up 4 frags with those stickies, including a pick on to Sam, who is currently dead, although he is respawning and building Uber. We have Skis at a 40% Uber advantage right now, so he's up to 60, so we're definitely going to see the Silver Savages squad maybe push out with an offensive Uber here to see what they can get done. They have 7 minutes to still play with. 92 has 7 minutes to play with on this map to try to cap what they can. We have a couple frags going over from 92. They got big flank picks right now, so maybe they can get their way through from C to D, although I don't know if they're going to be able to pick anything up yet.
Yeah, Invader holding D is getting some nice stickies up top. He's got 2 more kills on a streak that he's already rocking. Soldier in his face, he gets Ubered. Nice save there from the medic, and they're just got D on lockdown. 92 Dream Team just don't know where to go.
Yeah, they look like they can't decide where they want to go. I think maybe one person wants to go one way and another wants to go the other, and they're just uncoordinated. Like, they really need to get their head in the game and just like take maybe a couple seconds and calm down and be like, okay, where do we want to go? So right now they're just throwing their bodies away for no ground at all. And they're really losing through it.
This is really a demoralizing map when it starts going bad because, as you say, you don't know where to go. And if this was a payload match, you'd be like, well, we go to the next point. Like, it's very clear, like, it's a linear progression. But with Steel, and the kind of non-linear nature of it, that you can create your own adventure. Teams kind of get mixed up this back and forth of, well, do we go this way, do we go that way, which way do we go, build Uber charge, and now they have 95% charge. As long as they can get out here safely, they should be able to get a good clean push into D, and they have pushed Silver Savages back, mainly really only a kill on Lazy and Rolls Royce being down, but it's enough. Pharaoh Effort gets a snipe on the sniper, and Sam pops Uber. I don't know that one. I mean, I think he wanted his demo to push into their combo, but now the red team is just going to Uber behind him, and Sam's going to run towards point, just trying to get towards that death hallway, which is actually going to offer him life. And Red Scout gets in there, kills Sam. Godwash still running around.
Yeah, Godwash running around, seeing what he can do. He gets a nice pick on the Goober, so Goober goes down. We got a bunch of stuff going on. Looks like the Vaccinator is actually up on 92, so Sam, running that good old Vaccinator, and don't really know what you're going to do with that, but good luck, it might happen. We got Invader just throwing stickies anywhere he feels like on the wall, anywhere he wants. 92 will probably run into it, so I'm not quite sure where they're trying to go. 92, they're all over the place. Well, I'm all over the place, you're all over the place. This whole map's just all over the place, man.
Yeah, it's how it goes. It's part of the challenge of it for sure. And now Sam's trying to be all over the place with his immunities, his resistances, switching back and forth between these resistances to help his players push in. And if they can isolate out, like the Demo Man, get an isolated fight out with the Demo Man or the heavy weapons guy, the Vaccinator could really help them, overturn those players. And they're starting to get out towards the point here. Wow, Soldier's got to be a little bit careful. That jump in the air easily could have gotten thrown into the pit by that sentry gun, but he did land back on solid ground. And also, this kind of looks like just one of those magical steal moments where you're just like, why couldn't we capture 5 minutes earlier when it was this easy? Well, Goober falls in the pit, and sometimes stuff like that makes things a little bit harder. We'll see if they actually can complete it here.
Yeah, Hogman's trying to pressure up over here what he can. He's trying to shoot people going to his health pack, but he does get air blasted off, so it's a heavy down for the 92 squad. And it looks like Treylon is just going to clean up what he can on that point.
Yeah,
great. Up into the point.
Yeah, great rotation from him. Now they're sniping from that AE connector, getting some body shots on Sam. Sam is going to get a health pack. He's got the saw out, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, Rolls Royce actually, that was a drop by Sam. Rolls Royce hit him with a couple of revolvers, and he did get the Uber saw onto that scout, and he did drop, so that's quite unfortunate. That Uber really would have helped them out, but we have Silver Savages up at 50% Uber, still defending that A to D connector quite nicely. And looks like the 92 squad wants to attempt to go over to D right now. They are sitting on C, still on the Vaccinator.
Yeah, that's a long route, but that might be their best way to approach this. It does kind of end up putting them, though. I love this red positioning because if they do go that D route, then they're sandwiching themselves between where the red team is positioned and where they respawn. That's not really the best place to put yourself.
It's definitely the best place to hold. I see all the...
Oh, sorry. I thought I saw Rolls Royce stab the medic, but he actually got taken out right instead before he get the medic. Now we got the red Uber charge coming in with their Demo Man. Invader kills Goober, who goes down again early in this fight, so he's not going to be able to throw his stickies out there. Sam also pretty banged up, down to 40 health. And they're getting pushed out. Yeah.
Yeah, Invader and Treylon just cleaning up everything, getting these free frags. I mean, Vaccinator it'll help you against half of those classes, so all you have to do is send both of them at them. They are going to just completely get destroyed. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. I really think, Sam, if you don't want to run the Uber, you might as well just run Quick Fix. I mean, it's definitely better than the Vaccinator, but 92 are getting a couple frags, so Silver Savages is going to have to wait about 15 seconds for those respawns. They are trying to stack the point for what they can.
Yeah, that was kind of the first time I'd really seen Skis out of position as he got caught in front of the resupply door in between A and B. If he was a little bit back towards D, probably would have just been backed up and safe. So right now, Blue looks like they are finally going to finish this point with about 4 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock, hopefully when they do get this. Goober pushing through down low, gets a kill on Invader and a nice pipe on Skis. He'll pick up that health pack and will be able to roll back to help out his team if needed. But it looks like we will finally get the capture.
13:55. That is a time, man. That is a time. It might be one of the longest times I've ever seen on Steel. So
yeah, that's not
going from the fastest to the longest. So I really think this is just going to be a complete blowout by Silver Savages.
Most likely. I mean, it's also just momentum. I mean, TF2 is definitely a game of momentum. I've gotten a lot of arguments with my brother in the past about whether momentum exists as a phenomenon in sports. And I'm on the side that believes in it, the psychological momentum. And, man, I mean...
I definitely agree. Yeah. I feel like it's totally a thing. I was playing a 5CP one time on Gully Wash. We were down like 1-4. And we took a round. We actually came back to win 5-4. So I mean, I definitely feel like it's a thing, and it's a great feeling when that happens.
Yeah, and I've seen it all the time. It's just that feeling that you're just like, man, we don't know how to handle these guys. What's going on? And Silver Savages feel like they got their number. 92 must be feeling really confused about this map and just kind of, just in shambles. just got concussed or something. He certainly took us a couple slams to the head last couple rounds, and I can't blame him for feeling a little bit out of their norm with the way that they've been treated by the Silver Savages.
Yeah, 92 set up whole team on B. They got the aggressive sentry again, so I really like to see that. And actually, Goober is just walking up into the blue spawn, so looks like Silver Savages is going to go from their spawn over straight to B. They're got their demo man, they got their whole squad ready to go, trying to see what frags they can get. They're actually peeking their sniper for it right here. So actually, oh my gosh, Pharaoh After gets destroyed by Goober, and the Silver Savages Uber is going to go off as well as the 92, seeing what they can get done, trying to shoot any of the unflashed players. And 92 is actually going to defend this B point, so it got some nice reflex going on, and looks like Silver Savages is going to back up and try to get their Uber back.
Yeah, 92 do lose. Oh, they do lose their heavy weapons guy, but now Goober pushing forward. Short Circuit taking care of his pipes as he was trying to spam in on 40F. Angry Officer really doing a lot of work with that to deal with a lot of the spam here. He's got his wrench out, actually going for a melee kill. Does get it against Trippa. Gives him a little nod of his POV as well. That's what's up. And then it's going to start pushing forward.
Angry Death actually looks like he's on level 3s. He has a level 1 just building up right there. He's going to run in with the short circuit and attempt to destroy the sentry run with it, but he actually died, so that's pretty unfortunate not having your engineer if you're going to run level 3. But Silver Savages is going to clean up all these frags over on B and just cap this point, so...
Yeah, pretty straightforward stuff there, and I mean, B, you can sometimes hold B for a very long time, and certainly I think that 92... if they had a nice, 4 or 5 minute hold on B, they would be feeling a lot better. This is a good push in, though. They do get skis and Treyland, so that's going to put a pretty good early stop to the pressure in here. Rolls Royce runs through, only ends up getting Slim Nasty, but there goes Sam as Jackster with a big bomb around the side. And great job there, because that BC connector hallway, the hallway of death as you called it out, you just rotate through B and jump in there. Easy targets for a soldier. Yeah,
Jackster, he actually he went behind and went over to the fence and just completely flanked the 92 Dream Team squad and cleaned up some nice frags. I think he got a medic pick on Sam over there, so we're going to see Silver Savages just rotate through this B side, probably just take it for free. Although they are taking a lot of damage right now. So we have a couple frags going off from Silver Savages. Slim Nasty goes down. Nothing too big, but Space Coast Coffee does get picked, so that is free reign for them to walk wherever they want. Although 92 is actually up on Vaccinator, while the Silver Savages squad is up on Uber with about 90%. So it looks like they might just try to force their way into E. They don't really feel like dealing with that 92 defense that they have up over there at C, and it looks like it might actually pay off for them.
Yeah.
They got a lot of resistance over on the BC connector, but we do have the the Rolls Royce cam. I was just flipping over to it, but he does get a nice drop onto Sam. Although, what did he drop? I think he dropped a Vaccinator, so that's not too important. But the skis actually did go down as well. I'm not sure if he dropped or if they popped their Uber, because I was actually flipping through a couple cams, so I didn't see that, unfortunately. But we do have the Rolls Royce squad. Sorry, not the Rolls Royce. This Silver Savages squad capping the C point.
Trippa did get a kill on skis a little bit ago, so that is what you saw. And Sam, though, staying on that Vaccinator, they're starting to reestablish themselves. They are trying to hold D via that CD connector. They at least have a heavy weapons guy poking up there right now, but it seems like they might just leave him and have the medic rotate towards E, trying to figure out their defense right now.
Yeah, Silver Savages squad is just rolling through that death hallway, but we do have Slim Nasty. Looks like he's trying to get a couple little plays in the flank. It's kind of trying to clean up a little bit. He does almost get some frags, but I'm gonna hop around and see what I can see. We got Silver Savages is actually on 100% Uber charge, and they do kind of look like they want to go through Death Hallway. They are dropping a couple players on Death Hallway. They did pop their Uber, so they're trying to force their way into D as much as they can.
Yeah, they had some issues with skis taking a lot of damage. Now they lose Treyland. Oh, skis sniped down, and it's actually 92 Dream Team cleaning things up. So doing a good job right now of locking down D, making sure nothing too crazy is happening, but plenty of time for Silver Savages to work with. Oh, and Sam goes down to a snipe from Pharaoh Effer. It was a body shot, not a headshot, but that is a big kill. Again, just these heals are going to make a big difference in any fight that breaks out.
Silver Savages is actually, they're up on Kritzkrieg right now, so I don't think they feel like dealing with that Vac Standard anymore, although the Vac Standard does counter Kritzkrieg with that crit absorption that it has, so I don't know if they know that or they forgot that that was an update, but they're not going to be having too much fun unless they decide to flash the crits. Other than that, it probably won't work out for them very well, but they are at 90%, so they're almost charged here. I'm not quite sure where the red team is over in the A-B connector, so they're actually at complete other ends of the map, so Silver Savages is going to have to commute their way, if you will, across to the 92 Dream Team combo.
Oh, here comes that crits. They're throwing those stickies in there. They just want to clear up the engineer nest. I'm pretty much going to get the job done. Their soldier gets up top, and wow, they've picked up 5 kills throughout this. Are going to match a bunch of spawns from red, and they are pushing out. Their remaining players are some of their strongest. Demoman Heavy and the Medic. Demoman, though, gets pistoled down by Rolls Royce, who also gets the kill on Sam. So big kills there, and 92 Dream Team starting to dwindle. Their players that had respawned are trying to push blue out. They mostly have, but there's still enough pressure in here that blue surging forward.
Yeah, without capping that D point, they are the 92 squad is going to respawn fairly close to the point. They don't actually have to go that far, but they do have that 20-second respawn, so the timing is still quite a while. But Space Ghost Coffee shooting off some headshots and gets a nice pick onto Treelon with his Fist of Steel, but he does get killed in retaliation by Pharaoh Affer. And we do have the 92 squad seeing what they can do from the DA connector, but Scruff trying to do what he can to get that sniper pick. He gets beat down by the Kukri, and we have the Silver Savages squad seeing what they can get done.
Yeah, good pressure from both sides. Getting Hogman, the heavy weapons guy, just down to 3 players left for 92 right now. Trippa, Gooba, and Sam. Space Ghost does come back up, and it's just going to be pushing out here. We'll have a decent angle here, but he's got to kill a lot of players.
Pharaoh Affer actually gets a nice shot onto Sam, so another body shot going down in the history books for another dead Sam. And we are going to have the Silver Savages squad popping their Uber off over onto the east side and trying to cap this point. It looks like they're probably going to get it. Their Demo Man's got that nice high ground over near where the engineers build their sentry, and it's pretty hard to force people out of there unless you have an Uber.
Yeah, they're going to put some time on D right now just because, well, why not lock this victory in? They didn't win it in 3 minutes and 30 seconds this time, but still a decent time. I think that must have been in the 8 or 9 minute range.
Yeah, probably somewhere 9,
yeah, there was like
7
6.
minutes,
There was like 6 minutes left on a 14-minute timer. Yeah, that first round, just absolutely amazing from Silver Savages. It's so tough for 92 Dream Team to just kind of recover from that emotionally, mentally, and they don't really get settled in. I don't think, probably until the second half of their offensive push. So that's over halfway through the map for sure, or the match, and just at that point, it still took them too long to get their offense settled. They had a really bad time on their set, and at that point gave Silver Savages so much room to work with that it was pretty easy for them to put together a successful offensive run. Some thoughts from you, Mario, on the final moments?
92 did put up a little bit of a defense there. What was it? I think it was like 7, 8, 9 minutes we came up with, and I think if they had a better plan of attack, or if they were more experienced like some of the other teams and they were able to just make up strats off the fly, maybe get a better cap anywhere that wasn't 13 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like their defense was pretty solid. They did put up a really good fight. They had some good rotates, but their offense just wasn't there for them, and unfortunately it landed into a 2-0 loss for them.
Yeah, I think as well, some of the issue, just that pressure of having to go for that early AE push, the first offensive set for 92 Dream Team, and then also maybe their desire to get a really fast time in the second set, and they went for it again, although Obviously didn't work out for them in the first set and might have slowed them down in the second. So there you have it. Thanks so much for everybody joining us tonight. Thanks so much to JeeringSole for running camera and the whole EVLTV crew. I definitely had a lot of fun. Want to give a shout out once again to the caster t-shirts. Head on over to EVL and check eVLgaming.com. Check those out. Support the casters. It was a lot of fun stepping in with you here tonight, Mario. Any last words from you before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I got one quick one. Shout out to the dudes that I met in the pub today. And I told them that I was going to be on the cast today, and they did not believe me. So if you guys are watching, shout out to you guys. This is me. I am Poop Catface. I have killed you with my sniper rifle. But other than that, besides my shameless plug, yeah, don't forget the caster shirts are available at the bottom of the Twitch page. You got your flatline shirt, your Dashner shirt, your deer, and your Atwash shirt. So definitely make sure you pick those up and buy yourself one, as they do support the casters and EVL itself.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in. I am eXtine, and on behalf of the EVLTV crew, we will see you guys next time. Peace out!